I'm pleased to be here, and what can I say other than try to pass a more positive message, because I think all the previous speakers have actually touched on very important elements that we need to take into consideration. My role, and from my perspective and our company perspective, is to provide solutions. So, very well put, we have the great transition, as the Economist describes it. To my knowledge, it's the first time that the humanity has conceptualized and is attempting such a great transition in magnitude and scale. It's unprecedented. So we should be comfortable that as we walk through uncharted waters, we will do mistakes. So we need to be flexible, and we need to have an agile plan on how to deliver this. And the cost of the transition is definitely something that we need to constantly have in mind. I like to remind people that it was before the Russian invasion in Ukraine that the European gas market prices skyrocketed on unimaginable levels. And that was the first, I would call it, cost crisis in the energy. Then we had the war, and the war created a disruption for the 40% of the gas supply of Europe. And that brought us before the realization that we also have an issue about the security of our supply. So this thing makes things more complicated. And I think the governments have been faced with these stark realities. They are revisiting and reviewing their strategies. From that respect, I would like to say that in Greece, under the leadership of our Prime Minister Mitsotakis, we have made some very decisive steps, and our company is leading several of them. So I would like to point out that it was already by 2021 that we restarted the exploration efforts for domestic gas in Greece. And we should always have in mind that the estimations, we don't know for sure until we drill, is that we are talking about tentative reserves that way above the domestic demand. So it's a European and a regional issue. It's quite important, I would say, in that respect. Then it was only April last year that our Prime Minister Mitsotakis announced that these projects, these exploration projects, are of strategic and national importance. And since then, what we managed to do, we kick-started and actually completed 7 exploration projects with the help of our investors, Greek companies and international players. Among them, I would like to mention ExxonMobil, the biggest energy corporation of the world. But let me not confuse you. This is not an attempt to slow down the energy transition. This is not turning back and staying with a hydrocarbon-dominated economy. We are actually taking very specific and direct action towards the energy transition. It was last year that our company, which carried the legacy of the oil and gas exploration management, was expanded in scope. So we are now responsible, and we are working on the national program for the offshore wind development in Greece. And we have also taken the responsibility for the carbon management through the underground permanent storage, the geological storage of CO2. So on the CCS front, shortly after we took that responsibility, we issued the first exploration license last year. And there is an attempt to turn the depleted oil fields in the Prinos area into permanent storage sites for CO2. And I should point out that this is only the second project, European project in the region. So we are moving fast in that front. And now on the offshore wind, which is something quite important, we will announce next week on Tuesday, together with Minister Skylakakis and Deputy Minister Zdoukou, our national program, so I cannot spoil the formal announcement, but I would like to highlight the fact that Greece, besides the sunshine throughout the year, is also blessed by a very strong wind potential. And this wind potential, again, exceeds the national demand for clean energy. So we are quite optimistic in a way, and very happy that once again, we think that we can offer opportunities that promote bilateral and multilateral collaboration in the area, and opportunities that span across the energy mix spectrum. So with that being said, I am quite happy, and I would like to throw some set of hope that the actions of Greece are quite decisive in terms of the energy transition. They're, I would say, them as pragmatic as you can have them. Let's not forget that the CCS is an essential requirement for the hard-to-abate industries. We do not want to lose industries. So we are coming with a range of opportunities which put, in my opinion, Greece in the forefront of this transition and an example for our European partners. So we're really, you'll see me smiling when I
Well, thank you for this dose of optimism this morning. It's been in short supply until now, so thank you for that.